I profile the Nollywood director. I profile the Nollywood director. I will gist you.
What am I?
It's your boy HAYORLAD. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. And he said, I profile the Nollywood director. Eh? I profile the Nollywood director, and guess what? We ended up making a documentary. Don't worry, I will gist you everything. Just watch this video to the end. I will gist you everything. I will explain everything in toto. It got to my attention that there is somebody watching this video right now who has not subscribed to this YouTube channel. What exactly are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button below and let's grow this channel together. Thank you. There is a Nollywood director some people believe is fetish. And now I have profiled him and I found out details about his fetish. Feshitis. Festif. Fetitis. Festitis. Fetitis. Oh God, can you hear me? Fetishing. I got it. Actually, not exactly like that. This is how it is. You see, I was on a movie set one day like that when he put a call through to me. I mean, that director. So he called me then that he wanted me to make a documentary about him. Like he wants a short documentary about him that will detail him and his job and stuff like that. And then I just completed and released my latest documentary project. That's Akoraye, the documentary project I did on the history of Mudakeke, a town in Osun State. So when he told me about this, I wasn't really feeling like working on a documentary project around that time because I had just completed one. And I don't feel like you, that documentary took me about 4 years to complete. Well, it's supposed to be because that's the history of a town. So it's meant to take a longer time, of course. But in this case, it's just like a personal documentary. And I feel like, do I want to go that route again? Documentary, interviews, research, and all those stuff. But at the same time, I feel, well, it's something I love to do. Filmmaking is a go for me. Yeah, it's something I always want to do. So I took it up like, okay, let's have a meeting and discuss this. So we had a meeting and I asked a lot of questions like, okay, what's the goal of this documentary? What are you trying to achieve with this documentary? Why would you want to do this kind of documentary? So then he made me understand that, okay, as a filmmaker, he himself is a film director, of course. So as a filmmaker, he has his own ideology, something that drives his zeal, like something that drives him. So the motivation, the motivation behind his style of filmmaking. So, and sometimes some people misconceptualize him. Some people don't really understand why his movie has a kind of genre. For example, he's an African storyteller. That's how he addresses himself. He's an African storyteller, so he tells African story a lot. And at that, some people just felt probably he's fetish. So, and he needs to make a lot of things clear. Fine, he made me understand he owes nobody explanation. But at the same time, he wants his audience to understand the concept behind his own style of filmmaking. And he wants to do that via a documentary. Because, most times people don't get to know most of these film directors. You don't get to know us. What you get to see at the end of the day is the finished product, the films we direct. So you don't really know much about us and our creative process. Sometimes you are opportune to see the BTS, the behind the scenes, the making, but you don't really understand what motivates our creativity. So when he told me about this, I feel like, oh, this is a great thing. It's cool. So it's something we can do. And he told me he wants this documentary delivered in 3 days. You heard me. What am I saying? In 3 days. I just have a 3 days deadline. I will do interviews, I'll write scripts, there'll be I'll gather footages and everything in 3 days. Damn, that's a whole lot of hard work. But who am I to say I'm not going to do it because it's something I love doing? So I started work immediately. So when he gave me the assignment, I just like, iṣẹ́ dé ọmọ aláṣẹ jẹ, owó dé ọmọ aláṣẹ là. It's time to get to work. Then I started drafting my script, scheduling meeting with people so that I can fix appointments for interview sessions and get to relate with people that know him in person. I got a list of contacts, the people I need to meet that would say one or two things about him. So after scheduling appointments, then I started meeting the people that will talk in the interview one by one. So I gathered a few people, the co-workers, colleagues in the industry, friends, and I started gathering my facts from people. So after then, I scheduled an interview session with him, where himself he would be able to talk elaborately about his ideology because nobody knows him more than himself. Of course, he'll be in the right position to say more about himself. And the fact that he is selling himself to his audience, so he will be in the best position to explain, like to talk about himself. So eventually, we did this documentary. To cut the long story short, after we finished the documentary, myself, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming at all because I just feel it's going to be one of these usual documentaries that I have done. I've done a lot, of course, but this one just began to look amazing to me, especially when we are about completing the post-production. I was like, oh, so this is what we did. Like we did it. It's a documentary of about 10 minutes, and trust me, there was no bearing moment from the beginning to. It's not like I am doubting my own capability. I know what I can do. I know what I can deliver. But sometimes when you are doing something within a short time frame, post-production included, within that 3 days, we had something beautiful to see. As in something convincing. Okay, for you to be watching your own job by yourself and you are enjoying it and you are feeling convinced, I don't think you are getting it. I sat back myself, I watched it, I feel like, no, this is convincing. Now, I took it to the client. So when I gave it to him, he himself, watching himself like, now maybe this, like, I'm listening to myself and I'm believing myself. That's how the case was. Like he is watching himself and literally believing what he is saying to himself in the video. I don't know how to put this thing better. Like, okay, let's say I am the client. I now collected the job by myself. I now sat down on my system and now started to watch. And I'm believing what I am telling myself from the system. Now you get the point. So it's very amazing. So at that point, he told me, okay, there is a filmmaking workshop that is coming up from his firm, and he would like us to present the documentary to the guest. I was like, wow, really? that would be nice. And most importantly, I would be the one to go present it to the audience. I was like, gang. Seriously? Well, what am I to say? No, it's the result of my labor. I'm presenting it to the public and I am happy, And the event day arrived. We got to the event venue, the event started proper, and we, this is an event where we have industry professionals, celebrity actors, celebrity filmmakers were all on seat, sitting patiently, attentively, listening to me as I deliver, as I present the documentary to the public. Yeah, lo and behold, I did the presentation, and honestly, the applause at the end of the presentation was wow. Mind blowing. And I was happy. Like, you know, it was painful having to deliver this within a short time frame. You know, having to meet different people. You know how Lagos can be now, and all within that short time frame, I had to deliver that documentary, and eventually I did. So the result, you know, how relieved I felt when eventually everybody was applauding the documentary on the screen. Come on, I enjoyed my work. Name, name, every day. I enjoyed what I did, honestly, and I am proud. I squeezed myself to get that job delivered. Anyway, thanks for watching my video, and I really appreciate it. And one thing before you go, that subscribe button below the video. Click on the subscribe button below the video if you have not done that before. Please, Edaku, subscribe to my YouTube channel and let's grow this channel together. And mind you, don't forget to share and click on the like button so that I can understand that we're making sense, you know, the feedback. Let's build this channel together, you know, we're one family. I love you now and ever. It's your boy HAYORLAD and signing out.